What's going on, everyone? Dude, some crazy news. Google finally released Android Q. Now, I'm saying that as if like they were supposed to release it like a year ago, but no. They released Android Q today, which is supposed to be Android 10.0, or maybe it could be Android 9.0, I don't know, but I'm pretty much sure it's Android 10. And this is some crazy cool news. And I literally woke up this morning, I was like, oh my god, they released it. And luckily my Google Pixel 3 got here the same day, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. I am going to do a speed comparison either later today or tomorrow between this and Android Pie to kind of see what's going on. Now, some quick little things to note. If you want to install this, I would probably recommend you guys not to install it, mostly because, you know, it is a beta. There's going to be lots of problems with it. There's going to be lots of bugs. I've already experienced a few. I don't use this as a main phone. It's just literally like my device that I just review and stuff. So in that sense, as a main device, don't install it. Some other crazy news is that the Google Pixel 1, the original and the XL, both are supported with Android Q. And that's actually really, really awesome news. Android and Google more specifically is kind of taking the approach that Apple is doing with their iOS versions and supporting their devices longer. So if Google can do it, I'm pretty sure more manufacturers are going to start prolonging the life of their phones in terms of software. So that is really, really awesome. I'm so happy they're doing it. So some cool little features that I saw, and a lot of these things came from online, they came from Reddit. One of the main ones is actually an improvement to privacy. So as we know, like a lot of companies out there are starting to take privacy more seriously after a lot of breaches, basically like from Facebook and things like that. So Google kind of wants to take that initiative now in their own facility to kind of improve the privacy of their devices. Now, there's a lot more details on their website, but that's kind of a huge one right there. Now, another cool thing is that now there's actually new panels within settings that you can actually open within apps themselves. Now, I was trying to look for an app that I could do this with, and Netflix, you know, was one that came to my mind, but I couldn't really find that. So an example of this would be, let's say we clicked help, right? An example like this, fix a connection issue. That's not even like a settings for your phone. That's not a connection problem for your phone. That's a connection problem for Netflix. But one of the cool things about this is that let's say that was a Wi-Fi issue. You could go ahead and click that, and it would open up within this app itself, the settings panel, and you can actually connect and disconnect whatever you need to do for your Wi-Fi settings without even having to leave that app. So it's pretty much a window within a window, and that is really, really cool. You can actually open an app within an app. Like, that's so cool. Now, another cool thing is that you can now share Wi-Fi passwords within your phone. So as you can see, I'm on the Wi-Fi settings right there, and if I click share, a QR code will come up. Now, I'm not going to show you guys, but if you open that, people can connect to your Wi-Fi device. It's not necessarily as great as Apple's because you can just share it from device without even having to use a QR code or something. It'll just pop up on the bottom. But still, I think that's a step in the right direction, and, you know, at least it's kind of, you know, moving that progress bar. And if you have a really long password or you don't even remember it, you can go ahead and just click share and it'll pop up right there, and that is really, really cool. Now, this next thing is actually really, really awesome. We now have a system-wide dark mode, but the weird thing is you can only enable it in the beta if you turn on the battery saver. If you're coming from a different version of Android that had a dark mode previously, then it's already supported. But in this case, if you want to activate it on Android Q, you do have to turn on battery saver. There's really no way to toggle dark mode any other way. But as you can see, if you go into the system apps, they're already dark, so that's really cool. Messaging, I don't know what's going on there. Apps like the settings are completely dark, and it's really, really cool. This again saves battery because these phones are OLED, so it saves battery that way, and that's really, really awesome. But I'm noticing a lot of the apps aren't dark, so I don't really understand what's going on. Like I said, maybe it's only system apps, but in apps like files, that should be dark. Okay, so this one is dark. Let's see which other ones are dark. Clock, I think, is already dark, so that's really cool. I was expecting the Play Store to be dark as well, but that wasn't the case. So at least we have some apps that are dark, so that's cool. That's a step in the right direction. As you can see, the status bar is dark. You can go ahead and swipe down, and you can go ahead and toggle whatever you want to. So that's awesome, and I really, really hope more manufacturers start putting a dark mode in their phones. And I don't know if it's just me, but the battery icon does look a little bit different from previous Android versions that I've seen. Maybe it's improved from Android Pie, I don't know, but it looks a little bit different from the last version of Android. So I was about to show you this next thing, and there's already a bug I found. If you click the triple things right there, you can see we can't even see the toggles or like the settings bar. So again, that's an example of a bug that you might find. So I would probably not recommend installing it, but apparently they fixed the share sheet. This is one I saw on Reddit. I don't know what was wrong with it before because I wasn't using an Android, but for those of you who were, apparently the share sheet is fixed, if this is even the share sheet. So that's a cool thing, and at least an improvement in terms of the bugs that Android was having before. Another cool thing, there's now support for foldable phones. So if you're ever planning to make a foldable phone, Android now supports that natively within its OS and its program and its coding. The fact that Android is now starting to support the development of even crazier feeling phones and crazier phones in general is just an awesome thing. It's just going to show really the development of Android phones and even just phones in general in the future. And also from what I'm seeing, there's now a screen recording function. As far as I know, I cannot find it. I always end up having this problem. Like I go in here, I type in screen or whatever, and then I don't know what else they would call it, screen recording maybe, I don't know. And again, whatever I look up, I went through all these, I could not find it. So if somebody does find it, let me know. But as far as I know, there is a screen recording function, so that's awesome. And now another awesome feature within the battery settings itself, you can now actually see what time the battery should actually die at. So before you can get stats and everything, but before it wouldn't really tell you. So now it says battery should last until about 11:43 p.m. So it gives you a little bit of insight on how long this battery is going to last. Now I wish there was a way to natively see the battery health of your phone, not necessarily just the battery life, but again, at least this is an improvement. Hopefully we can get that soon. And with within the developer options, there's a super cool feature now where you can actually change the accent color, the headline body font, and the icon shape. So let's say you don't like that blue color up there or whatever, you can go ahead and change that to black. As you can see, it'll rerun it, but I guess that changes to white. I don't really understand that. If we change that to green, let's see what happens. So that now changes to green. So technically this should change it to black. Oh, but I understand now because we're on the opposite color. Because we're on dark mode, it changes it to white. So I guess it just flips the color of the thing then. I guess that doesn't really make too much sense. So if we weren't on dark mode, then that would switch over to black. If we switch it to purple, you can see it changes to purple. I personally hate that color. I kind of like that black one though. Black on white looks pretty sick. And we can also change the font. So if you want to change it to that, you can go and do it. But I feel like that's going to mess something up. Also the icon shape. So let's say we wanted teardrop. We can go ahead and do the teardrop one. If you want to do squircle, what is that, squircle? We can do squircle. And I guess that changes it out here. So it's like a squared circle. I kind of low-key kind of like that. And for the majority of it, that's pretty much the main features. Now, of course, I'm missing some things. As time progresses, you know, we're going to find more and more things. But as of now, those are the main things that I've seen. And overall, dude, I will tell you, it seems like a pretty decent update. Again, do I feel it being more snappy than Android Pie? I mean, honestly, I used Android Pie for a bit. I don't really feel it being that much crazy faster. I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm more focused on the battery life, you know, but I'm not going to expect the betas to be crazy good in battery. Hopefully, as the betas progress, we get better and better battery life. But overall, I'm pretty excited for it. I think we should expect more features coming for Android Q when the new betas are being released. I think we should have an official build, I think sometime when the next Google Pixels are released. So I'm pretty excited for that. And dude, that is pretty much it. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see of Android Q. If there's anything specifically you want to see, you know, I have a device. You guys can go ahead and tell me in the comment section below and I'll try to knock out a video of it. I will have an Android Pie versus Android Q comparison on the Google Pixel 3, just seeing the speed difference and everything like that. So that should be dropping maybe later today or tomorrow, I'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. That'll mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.